The 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Page 234. In 53 BC, Crassus was killed in battle in Syria, and the power struggle quickly emerged between Pompey and Caesar. Civil war seemed inevitable, and Pompey had more support in the Senate. In 50 BC, the Senate ordered that both Caesar, who was fighting in Gaul at the time, and Pompey should send one of their legions to Syria to support the Roman army fighting there. But since Pompey had already lent Caesar a legion for the war in Gaul, he proposed to send that one to Syria, so that Caesar would have lost 2 legions instead of 1, weakening him for the impending war. Caesar did not complain. He sent off the 2 legions, which, however, as he expected, did not go to Syria, but was conveniently quartered near Rome, at Pompey's disposal. Before the 2 legions left, Caesar paid each soldier handsomely. He also instructed their officers to spread the rumor that in Rome that his troops were still in Gaul were exhausted, and that should he dare to send them against Pompey, they would switch sides as soon as they crossed the Alps. Coming to believe these false reports and expecting massive defections, Pompey did not trouble to recruit more soldiers for the imminent war, which he would later regret. In January of 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon, the river between Gaul and Italy, a dramatic, unexpected move that initiated the civil war. Caught by surprise, Pompey fled with his legions to Greece, where he began to prepare a major operation. As Caesar marched south, many of Pompey's supporters left behind in Gaul were terrified. Caesar had established a reputation in Gaul for brutal treatment of the enemy, leveling whole towns and killing their inhabitants. Yet when Caesar took key cities of Corifonium, capturing important senators and army officers who had fought there alongside troops loyal to Pompey, he did not punish these men. In fact, he returned them the monies his soldiers had looted and taken to town. This remarkable act of clemency became the model for his treatment of Pompey's supporters. Instead of Caesar's men switching allegiance to Pompey, it was Pompey who now became the most ardent of followers of Caesar. As a result, Caesar's march on Rome was quick and bloodless. Next, although Pompey had established his base in Greece, Caesar decided to attack his flank, the large army he had quartered in Spain. Over several months of campaigning, he completely outmaneuvered this force, led by Pompey's generals, Afranius and Petreius, and finally cornered them. They were surrounded. The situation was hopeless, and Afranius and many of the soldiers, knowing Caesar of gentle treatment of his enemies, sent word that they were ready to surrender. But Petreius, horrified at this betrayal, ordered that any soldier who supported Caesar to be slaughtered. Then, determined to go down fighting, he led his remaining men out of the camp for battle, but Caesar refused to engage. The soldiers were unable to fight. Finally, desperately low in supplies, Pompey's men surrendered. This time, they could expect the worst, for Caesar knew about the massacre in the camp, and once again, he pardoned Petreius and Afranius and simply disbanded their army, giving the soldiers supplies and money for their return to Rome. Hearing of this, the Spanish cities still loyal to Pompey quickly changed sides. In a matter of 3 months, Roman Spain had been conquered through a combination of maneuver and diplomacy, with barely a drop of blood spilled. In the following months, Pompey's political support in Rome evaporated. All he had left was his army. His defeat by Caesar at the Battle of Paralysus in northern Greece a year later merely put the seal on his inevitable destruction.